I've thought about some of the things that have confused me, things I've liked and disliked, but I've never really thought about what annoys me or pissed me off. Most of the time I'm a patient person, so it's hard for me to get bothered by something. So today we're gonna talk about some annoying things in Wizard101. One of the things I hate most about this game is the fact that when you do go to hatch an egg with another pet, you have about a 50% chance to get either parent's species as the offspring. The problem with this is you might not even get the right pet species after 4 or 5 pet hatches. This isn't to detract from the fact that you can mix basically any 2 pets together, like from Pokemon, where you had a cat and a whale in the pet daycare. It's the fact that it relies on chance. Now, I'm not saying we should be geneticists or mad scientists concocting some sort of chemical X potion to change what they are. What would be nice though is if we can fork over some gold over to the stork to cover the delivery expenses and maybe to lean it into our favor. It's just a thought. I think all strategy games out there have some sort of confirmation screen, but in Wizard101 it isn't a thing. One such problem that arises is when you click to choose an AoE hit. It doesn't give you an option to confirm it. Sometimes I find myself using AoE cards from muscle memory since most battles it's all about using them or my mouse cursor just slips and chooses the card for me accidentally. One of the solutions I had in mind to this is to have some sort of confirmation pop-up screen when you use an AoE card to make sure you want or don't want to use it. It's not really gonna be mandatory either, but I think it would be helpful to have an option to enable it in the game's menu. Mistakes do tend to happen from time to time, and this could really help mitigate that. I think most MMOs or games out there do have this feature, especially the strategy-based ones, just to reaffirm your actions. Plants that don't fully grow with the others tend to annoy me a little bit, but it doesn't always happen all the time. But I've seen it happen since the beginning of when gardening was introduced. It basically stalls the time to replant them all because one plant decided it wasn't ready for the final harvest. It's basically like a middle schooler never going to high school because they want to stay a kid forever. I know it's not the same though since plants go from adult to deaf, but it's similar in that regard. I've always thought if you waited longer for something the taste would be sweeter, unless you waited too long then it'd be rotten. So a solution to these outlier plants would be to use a spell in the game called Hasty Harvest. It really only serves one minute purpose, which does the exact same thing as aging, except with specific plants. Lastly, one of the things that bugs me the most is not being able to abandon side quests. It just clogs up your quest log so it's always full and never empty. You could argue not to take them in the first place, but sometimes it happens on accident, especially if you're new to the game. All MMOs that I've ever played have this feature to abandon side quests, or even the main side quest, if it was a DLC. I don't really know why there isn't this feature in the game. I honestly think it's been way too long. About 12 or 13 years overdue. I think that's really all I have to say for this video. What are some of the things that annoy you? And it could be in Wizard101 or in any other game, or hell, even in real life. Now some people might ask, why are some of your videos so short? Well, the answer to that is I just recollect my thoughts and condense it down. I'm not here to give you a history lesson from a 900-page textbook that costs $200. My English college professor always taught me one phrase, which was keep it short, sweet, and neat. To this day, I still follow that. Besides that, subscribing is just a click away. With that, take care and see you guys.